with Paul Jupe from A.G.D. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Thanks for having us on.
You're welcome. We've had the whole band on, as you mentioned before. But
yeah, they're all from various areas around the world, so obviously they couldn't fly in, but they've sent me to represent them, fools.
Well, that was Paul Jupe, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, that's it. All done well.
So how long, and you're a Pompey boy, we just found out, so how long have you been in and around gigging in Pompey?
Oh, for well over 30 years.
So you do look a lot older than me.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Darren. I'm feeling good now.
No, Pete didn't warn you, did he?
No. I've been sort of on the gigging scene for over 30 years now with various local bands and done a bit of touring and things like that to Brazil and places like that. So yeah, I've been doing music.
It's hard to say I've done a bit of touring and then drop in Brazil.
Oh right, yeah, with another band, original band that I did some songs for, and Kilia they were called, and we went out to Brazil and did some shows out there, which was fantastic.
So how was that?
Oh, it was great experience. And Gary, the drummer, producer from A.G.D, he was the drummer with us there. So so we kind of had great fun out there. Great experience. Shan't forget.
Okay, what happens in Brazil stays in Brazil then. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we'll keep that there then, right? Okay. And he's head over heels in love with his lovely wife.
Yes, indeed.
So how did the band get together then?
Well, we've all been working on different projects together, and Gary and I have been working in music for a long time together, for different projects. And I just kind of said to Gary that, I've been wanting to do a country rock album for a long time. And I said to Gary, how do you fancy, going ahead with that? And he was all for it. He absolutely said, great idea. So that's what we did, really. We started writing a couple of songs. I think it was Dance in the Wind and Dreaming is what the first two songs we wrote. And we started putting the songs together. And, of course, we had to think about the rest of the band then, really, because it was getting to that stage. So Gary happened to mention, because he spent some time out in America, he said that he met a great singer out there, and he said, how about asking him to do it, which happened to be Kirk Cumming, which is our vocalist now. So we sent him off the demos, and he loved the tracks and did a couple of demo vocals for us. And he sent them back, and it was just like, well, he's the man for the job, to be honest with you. There was no options there. So that was Kirk on board, and he lives in San Diego, of all places, and he would
very similar to Pompey.
Oh yeah, very similar. Yeah. About the same sort of temperature, I would think.
Maybe not in here.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have to get a scarf in a minute, I think. So he lives in San Diego on a working ranch out there, and he's very much living that sort of lifestyle and loved the music, and he kind of come back, and that was that. We got on board was Lucio. He's our bass player. He's from Italy, Lucio Manca, and he had been working on various projects doing bass work for us, things. So it was kind of a natural progression to say to him, how do you fancy doing this? So we sent him the tracks, and he loved them. And he was on board, so that was great. So we were kind of getting the band together, but even before we thought about writing more songs, And the keyboard player, Fab Jablonski, he played on the first album and lent his talents to the album, which was fantastic. He's from Portugal and originally from Brazil as well, and he'd worked with us for projects before as well, so that was great. So we had a real blast, writing this album and getting it out to the various areas. Yeah. And it was Gary's job, to be honest, as the producer of A.G.D, to put the jigsaw together. We did all our bits.
It must be hard, though, isn't it, to do that? Because obviously I've not got no musical bones in my body. So trying to see how a combination can come together and develop it.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I've had this sort of technology in my 20s. It would have been absolutely fantastic, because you can just send files.
That was a long way ago, though, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a fair while. I was feeling confident when I came in.
Don't start, because we haven't taken the mick out of the music yet.
That's right.
That's still to come.
Yeah. So, it's brilliant. You could just send files over to anywhere in the world in a matter of minutes now. So I record it in my little house in Hampshire. My studio there. It goes off to San Diego. Kirk does his bit. Lucio does his bit. It all comes back to Gary, and he's got the, as I say, the task of putting it all back together again, and probably the longest job, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But he's got this knack of making it sound how I had it sounding in my head. You know, anyone that writes songs will know what I mean. That you know, you've got this sound in your head of it all together before you even write it. To be honest with you, and he seems to make it come out that way, and sometimes even better, which is, you know, quite emotional, really.
Yeah, which is exactly what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You don't want to sort of coming back and going, "What's this?" The wine was flowing, mate, was it?
Yeah.
Well, listen, what we're going to do, we're going to you know, obviously release this upon our listeners at the moment. Brilliant. So this is your track. It's called A.G.D. Is this the title track of your album?
This is the title track of the album. It's also the track that the band was named after. So we were looking for a name, and you know, Gary kind of said to me, "What do you think of A.G.D? A good day?" And it was just,
well, it was.
You know, and it was a good day, yeah. You know, so it was a good sort of vibe about it. So we said, yeah, let's do it. So
right. So what's the album called?
It's the album's named after the band A.G.D. A Good Day. Yeah. This track's called A Good Day.
There you are.
I hope you like it.
So I hope you like it. If not, apologies. You can send your complaints to darren@expressfm.com. Title track from A.G.D. From the album A.G.D. And if you ever get a good thing, Paul, you stick to it, don't you? Because there's no need to change it. No. A.G.D. will work on the album, work with a single.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice single.
Thank you very much.
No, we were just joking there about, you know, we couldn't believe you wrote it. So when's the album? When are you looking to release the album?
The album was released this year on February the 1st, the debut album, and it's just kind of been a bit of a whirlwind since then, really. I mean, it's the response has been fantastic from you know, the sort of country groups, and the whole country scene has just been fantastic with us and really helped us out and supportive, along with people that have been downloading the album, and it's just been so great, and we're so appreciative. You know, it's we've had such a great time writing the album, and you never know until you put it out there, you know, what's going to happen with it.
That must be so hard.
Oh, it is. It's kind of scary, you know, because you believe in it. Obviously, you know, you've put your heart and soul into it. Everyone in the band has, obviously. And like you say, you put it out there, and it's open to the wind. Then you
definitely.
Don't know.
Especially, I mean, at your time of life, because you know you don't order 2 pints of milk, do you? So, welcome to Express FM, my friend. You're glad you turned up, aren't you?
Oh,
cheers.
I'm sad now. I'm sad. I'm giving it all up.
There's such a massive crossover in country music, because before you mention country music, people sort of think it's all about dead dogs, my wife is digger, and all that kind of stuff. But the crossover now is phenomenal about how people are getting involved.
There's so many different genres in there now, and it's fantastic, you know. And as I say, I started off being a rock guitarist. I mean, the whole reason I started playing was because of Angus Young, A.G.D. He was my hero, you know. And I started off playing all that sort of music. Always had country music going on in the background, you know. My dad used to play me sort of Jim Reeves and Glenn Campbell and Dolly Parton and all that. So it was always, I think, it was sort of my generation, there was always on the radio and stuff, so it was always there, and I've always liked it. So it seemed to be sort of a natural progression now, really, and it kind of feels like home, if I'm honest. It doesn't. It just seems like a natural thing to do. Play country rock. I love it. Absolutely.
I remember years and years ago being offered an interview with Garth Brooks.
Oh wow! Awesome.
Do you know what? And I actually said, my comment was, "What, has he given up football?" Somebody will appreciate that, but not a lot of us. So the album's out now.
Yes, it is.
Get the album out now. So what's your role within the band? Because you said that you put the band together. So what do you actually do in the band?
I'm the songwriter. I'm the guitarist, and a kind of learning banjo player is what I'm as.
Right.
I've taken up the banjo, and my respect goes out to everybody out there who's absolutely down.
How hard is it?
Oh, it's hard. Yeah,
Is it?
I thought, quite naively that it would be similar to guitar. You'd pick it up, totally different concept altogether, and it's an amazing instrument. As I say, my respect goes out to all the banjo players out there, because it's not easy, not easy at all. But I'm learning, and it's progress, and I'm enjoying it, so it's great.
So how, when you're playing the banjo, how does that link in with your songwriting thoughts?
Sometimes it's, although, as I say, I'm still learning on the banjo and I'm kind of basic playing, I can still write a tune on it, and I dabble around on it, and it's got such a different sort of vibe to it that I've written on the first album, a couple of songs that are solely based around banjo, and then we've had the rock element afterwards. So, yeah, it's kind of just another kind of, avenue to go down to write more music, really.
Fantastic. Now, obviously, your songwriting has developed over the years.
Yes.
So when you were first writing out, you were, I suppose, it was about love and being young and all the rest of it. So I suppose now it's about sonataging, false teeth, and looking after your health.
I can, and making sure you're taking plenty of minerals and stuff to keep those joints.
Here's the new single. It's called Liver Oil.
Let me just make a note of that.
It's number one, I'm telling you, right there. It really is. The most important thing is that people can get hold of your music and they can come and see you. So what's the plans for the rest of the year regards to, you sort of touched a little bit on touring. So when can the people see you?
Well, we're hoping to get the band out next year. As I say, they're all in different countries and things. So we've got to come over and get the guys over and do sort of a block of dates. So we're looking at sort of early summer next year. We're hoping to get on some of the festivals and do some more touring around, and get as much done in a short period of time. And because really, being musicians, we just want to get out there and meet the people that are buying the album, listening to us,
and apologise,
and say to them,
we thought it'd be good.
We thought it was going to sound great, but hey, what can you do? So we just want to get out there and meet everybody, really, and to just get to play these songs and just have a great time. We're hoping to release a single off the second album, because we've started to record the second album, and from a writing point of view, I would say it's almost done. We just got to kind of build on. I've got a few lyrics and things to do, and vocal lines and stuff. Kirk sung a couple of tracks and sent them back to us already, and they're sounding great, so we're really pleased with that. So we're hoping to release the single in November, and then we're hoping to release the second album in early next year, so that obviously it's out there and people can hear it before we start doing the dates. So that's the plan. Fantastic. So lots of exciting stuff going on.
And again, if you want to find out more information and your websites and stuff like that, is there a website about, or where can people go?
Yeah, the website's quite easy. It's A.G.D, agoodday.com. And if you go on there, it's got samples of the songs. It's got all the reviews and all the links that you need to get through for the social media sites and everything like that. So, go to that and, have a listen. I speak for the band and say we hope you really like it, and we're really proud of it. So,
well, you've got one fan somewhere, so we look forward to meeting them.
If you can find them, that would be great.
If there's Sherlock Holmes around, please discover this man. It's been a real privilege to be here. Thank you ever so much. It's been fantastic, and we wish you every success. Again, what's the website? Give it a quick plug again.
It's AGD. agoodday.com.
Fantastic. All the best to you, Paul.
Thanks a lot, and thank you to everybody that's been supporting to us and listening to the album. Thank you, guys, and thank you, Darren. Cheers.